The ownership structure of Seacom is made up of 5 investors. The promoter, the project developer, and conceptualizer of Seacom is New York-based Heracles Telecom. That has a 25% stake. Heracles has extensive expertise in the development of international infrastructure, technical expertise, and project finance in emerging markets. It is the only non-African shareholder in Seacom. A second tranche of investors is made up of South African private equity and investment firms, namely Convergence Partners, which has a 12.5% stake, Remgro, which has a 25% stake, and Shanduka and Sanlam Private Equity with the joint stake of 12.5%. To varying degrees, these companies have exposure or expertise in the ICT or telecommunications sector. The final investor is the Industrial Promotion Services, and they have a 26.25% stake. It's an international development agency that is invested in over 50 industrial project companies in Africa and in Asia. Now, one of the fundamental principles in the conceptualization of Seacom was that it be African-owned. In this respect, more than 76% of the shares are held by African entities. A key feature of the Seacom project is its conceptualization as an independently owned private initiative. This was in contrast to the dominant carrier-led consortiums in the sector. The private initiative arrangement came with a number of advantages. Firstly, a consortium arrangement generally has more participants involved. Whilst this usually means the capital contribution required of each party is reduced, it also dilutes the profit and the dividend distributions. A consortium arrangement may also be slow in terms of decision-making processes due to the number of players involved. Assuming 10 representatives in a consortium arrangement, you get 10 people sitting around a table. You've got to get them to make decisions. You've got to run through 10 different excos, 10 different boards to come to a decision. It makes it very, very cumbersome. Now, compounding the slower decision-making in a consortium arrangement are the administrative and logistical costs to enable the consortium to interact and to function optimally. As consortiums are often multinational in their constitutions, you have to fly people all over the world. It's a real logistical nightmare and a real logistical burden that's related to having these consortium arrangements. The downside is that the fewer participants that you find in a private initiative elevates the risk exposure of each party who is participating. Each party also contributes comparatively more capital. The benefits of overall coherence and the enhanced capacity to effectively and efficiently coordinate the project were deemed to exceed the elevated risk exposure that the private initiative required.